What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that? Oh. Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's edition of Spot Show live stream. Yes, made to Thursday, which I can't really say I had that hard of a week. Was off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but I had to come to work today. As you see, I'm in dashing Duncan, South Carolina, staying at the Happy Hampton Inn. Just for tonight. Get to go home tomorrow, but just one of those things. But man, next year I gotta go ahead and put dibs in because I think Christmas will fall on Thursday, which means New Year's Day is going to fall on Thursday, and I really don't want to come in this one day that week. Anyway, enough about me. Hopefully, everybody had a safe New Year's Day, Eve, all that stuff. Nobody got no DUIs or did anything too stupid. Was playing it safe with the firecrackers and all like the fireworks and stuff like that. So want everybody here. Of course, this is 2025, and as you see, late last week or this week, last week, lost a couple of people. Of course, everybody knows we lost former President Jimmy Carter. He was president from 76 to 1980, 81, or yeah, 77 to 81. Sorry, I was just a young kid then, but do remember him. I actually do remember when they tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan. I was at a babysitter's house and it came on the news and everything, so I definitely remember that day very clearly, even though I was like 6, 7 maybe. But yeah, I always knew Jimmy Carter, good guy, did a lot of good things with his time after the presidency. So definitely remember him for that. Nobel Peace Prize winner every year. Local news will talk about how he helped build some Habitat for Humanity, build some houses and stuff like that. So and his mother was a wrestling fan, and of course, if anybody knows, her favorite wrestler was Mr. Wrestling number 2. Well, I can't see. There we go. So I couldn't see a chat there for a second. I knew somebody popped in there, but let's see who was on there. Hey, Joe. But yeah, she was a big wrestling fan. Her favorite wrestler was Miss Wrestling 2, who is a big star in Georgia. That's where he's from. He's from Plains, Georgia. Actually been in that town, passed by there plenty of times. I never did meet Jimmy Carter or anybody in the Carter family. Met somebody who was associated with the Carter family, but that's a different story. But yeah, she was a big wrestling fan, and according to legend, he was invited to the inauguration for Jimmy Carter, and when he got there, they asked him to remove his mask. He refused to and got turned away. So that's the legend of Mr. Wrestling 2 and Jimmy Carter. And of course, you see the photo op at the beginning. We also lost another very much a legend in this business. Yeah, Jimmy Carter was 100 years old. Um, yeah, and I hate to get political about this, but whoever trotted him out there looking like that in front of the media, stuff like that at the end right there. Uh, that wasn't good. That he didn't deserve that. That shouldn't have been the very last image you seen of that guy. But I'll keep rest keep everything else to myself. Pretty much, if you have a 2 cent brain, you pretty much knew why they did that at the time. But this is a wrestling show. But yeah, uh, also somebody passed away. A groundbreaker uh, from the get go. Uh, one of the one of the first top African American stars in professional wrestling. Broke the barrier. Actually, some people did call him the Jackie Robinson of professional wrestling. Remember seeing a documentary on him? I think it's still on Amazon Prime. Check it out; it's pretty good. On top of that, he also trained. a- Let's just say Adam Copeland, Edge, and Christian Cage. Um, he had a hand in training them. So condolences go out to the family, or the families and friends of Sweet Daddy Siki and former President Jimmy Carter. All right. Before we get to the wrestling thing, we all know what I gotta do here. So if you're entertained by this, click that thumbs up button. Lets me know you like it. Also, leave a comment. What you think about you know what did you think about anything I talked about tonight? Or if you're watching this live, join me in the chat. Chime in with your opinions. This is a safe space. I hate saying that. We're just talking wrestling here. Uh, so, gain wrestling opinions. Hey, share it. We'll discuss it. Of course, about anything I talk about tonight. I hate to say this again, but I want to try and make it kind of a quick show because I gotta start packing up and get some sleep and stuff like that. But I also got to prepare for tomorrow. I got a bad feeling I'm gonna be scrambling again for tomorrow's um, wrestling goal Friday night. I don't even have an idea about what the. I'll probably figure it out by the time I exit here and start planning everything. But go ahead, kind of start planning everything for tomorrow night's live stream, Wrestling Gold Friday night. So be there for that. But yeah, if you're on the live chat, share your opinion or either on the chat or in the comments later. Just be friendly, just a friendly little hello. That's cool. I will, say hello right back. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, click on that subscribe button. Be a champ. It is greatly appreciated. Hold on a second. Sorry, sometimes these hotel rooms, especially I'm right here, right next to the unit here, so it's sometimes kind of gets to me a little bit. But anyway, let's talk about some wrestling. But yeah, it's Siki was, let's see, what did it say, 1933? Yeah, he was in his 90s, almost 90s. So yeah, both those guys were pretty old. But yeah, will say yes, definitely check out the Sweet Day Siki documentary that's on Amazon. All right. Let's see. This week, as far as AEW is concerned, this was the first day of, or yesterday was the first day of AEW Dynamite being simulcast on not only TBS but on the streaming channel Max. Do believe they got most of their content or a lot of their content, like the first year of AEW Dynamite. Um, so if you're a subscriber to Max, check that out. I had Max for a while. It's actually pretty good. I will say though, because when I did get home, excuse me, when I did get to a hotel from work, there was a great show. I've already uh, binge watched the show, but if you do get Max, there's two shows I highly recommend that you binge watch. One being Deadwood, has Timothy Olyphant in it. Um, if you ever watched Live Free, Die Hard, he was the bad guy in that. The first Hitman movie, he was Agent 47. Um, if you watch Justified, he was Raylan Givens, uh, which is also a kick-ass show. So yeah, Deadwood, check it out. Watch the season. Then I think a couple years later, they made a finale movie because they kind of just dropped the show uh, just on a whim and um, didn't really have a satisfying ending. So they just made like 1 2 hour movie, and that was pretty good as well. But yeah, watch the complete series. Uh, Very good series. Series number two, I highly recommend, uh, especially if you like action and stuff like that. Um, this show called Banshee. It's interesting story with it, and the guy who's in that I forgot the guy's name, but he also plays Homelander in the Boys TV show on Amazon. Which parts of Boys, first 2 seasons, they're good. Season three, I was like, eh. It's like first season, awesome. Second season, okay. Third season, eh, eh. I haven't watched the animated series of the Boys yet, but and I kind of just read on social media and stuff like that. I think a couple people had some buffering issues, but that could have been their internet, I think. Um, and of course, later on we'll talk about the WWE Raw on Netflix. But I guess, oh gosh, I guess they decided since hey this is a new year. Uh, Now I don't know if this is this could be a 1 week thing. If you know this is going to be a 1 week thing, let me know. But still, it was just hilariously bad when I first. I ain't- See. I do have a Twitter, as you can see below. There's also all my social media uh, uh, accounts there. But usually I just advertise stuff, kind of like on my Facebook. I'll just advertise stuff. But when I first started watching AEW last night, it compelled me. It compelled me. It's like I had to say something. I had tweeted it. I posted on Facebook. I didn't do anything on TikTok though. Oh well. But like I was saying, nothing against the Pointer Sisters. Nothing against the song. It's a cool, nice little uh 80s pop song. But they, I don't know if this is a one-off thing or this is going to continue week after week. But the or at least this month or this Wednesday, last night's Dynamite intro music was the Pointer Sisters. Pointer Sisters. Uh, I'm so excited. I can't play the song right now, but Google it. If you did watch Dynamite last night, you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I don't even think. You know what? I'm usually pretty good about remembering wrestlers' entrance musics. And I think a couple times on Superstars Wrestling, they'll put like videos together for wrestlers or something like that. And that was probably used for like a wrestler's video, but that was way better edited than the song. This They played the song and there was a video, the intro video, and it didn't even mesh well. It was just bad, not good. Like I said, great little '80s song, stuff like that. And I don't even remember any wrestler coming out for that song. I mean, Iceman King Parsons was when he was a babyface in World Class and in UWF. He came out to "We Are Family" by Sister Sledge. If anybody, did I get that name right? Help me out in the chat. "We Are Family" by Sister Sledge, right? Sorry, sometimes I'm bad on my music, but Iceman King Parsons came out to that. I don't remember a wrestler coming out to, you know, I'm so excited. But, I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, okay, you got all this money. Okay, I get it. You want a new intro. All the songs you could have bought or get the house musician to, you know, whip you up something, and you pick that song. I mean, especially, I mean, go back, watch the song and the video. I think I posted on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure you can see it on YouTube. Or hey, if you got Max, go back and watch. Go, yeah, the video editing with the song was this way off. Another thing that was a kind of a change to it. We had the main event was a 6-man tag, Death Riders, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, went up against Rated FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and a Rated R superstar, Cope. I'm pretty sure he's going. It's Edge, Adam Copeland. I'm pretty sure he's going to have some snazzy little lines that goes along with the Cope name. Um, don't understand it. Adam Copeland would just been fine since you can't use Edge. Everybody knows you as Edge. Don't nobody's going to tune into another 4-letter name since you can't use Edge. Um, or yeah, if you got it on DVR, check. Trust me, check it out. Like I said, just the video with the song, it didn't mesh well. It didn't have the beats to the song didn't meet the beats in the video, or the beats in the video didn't meet the beats of the song. It was just bad. And like I said, it could have been just a one-off thing. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, like I said, if you got Max, I thought it was I think it's a pretty good streaming network. They do have a lot of good stuff on it. It's just some reason I was like, I'll go from. I think I went. I think I canceled Max, switched to. I'm in Sling. No, I'm in Hulu. I can't remember. Probably Hulu. Let's just call it Hulu. Um, I think I've explained this before plenty of times. Sometimes I'll cancel one out to watch another one for a while. But like I said, if you do got Max, if you just got Max for AEW, trust me, check out Deadwood and Banshee. I would say check out uh, what's that? Shoot, can't think of the name. Um, yeah, that was a pretty decent angle. Uh, Game of Thrones. I would say check that out, but I've never seen an episode. I watched the first 2 seasons of True Calling. That wasn't too bad. Not True Calling, True Blood. Uh, what else was in the rules? Never seen Sopranos, so I can't say I highly recommend that. What's the other big time HBO show? See, they didn't have like Dream On, or I kind of understand why they probably didn't have First and 10 do it again. But they had all kinds of Sex in the City, blah blah blah. So yeah, uh, there's my sales pitch. For you to get Max. Pay me, Warner Brothers Discovery. Just kidding. Anyway, speaking of AEW, they had a pay per view this past weekend. It was World's End. Uh, check out my full recap video. It's available. Check it out, of course. Of course, like I always say, check it out after this or tomorrow. But pay per view wise, it was okay. You had a few matches that were like, eh. And a match here, you had. Can I say it now? What was my line? Let's see. Shoot shit with my buddy while this match was going. That a certain match was going on. And I was like, this match still fucking going on. Yeah. But you had some very good matches. The the two semifinal and the finals of the uh, Continental Classic Championship tournament, whatever. Didn't care for the whole tournament because I was like, "Why are you doing this? He's already the champion, already got the belt. Well, what the fuck?" Uh, let's see. You watch the All You Need to Know on the Game of Thrones for Rick on YouTube. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Apparently, the last season everybody hated. Um, n- like I knew some like diehard Game of Thrones fans, but I don't think I had I didn't have HBO at the time. I was being cheap. Didn't have cable. I had internet, but didn't have cable. And that's when or not HBO. That's when Netflix starts streaming some of the movies, and Hulu was free, but you had to watch commercials. Um, so I was like, I got plenty of things to watch and old stuff from on YouTube. But apparently the last definitely 8 people hate uh, season 8. Um, and of course I know that whole wedding thing where I guess most of all one side of the characters got murdered or got unalive. I use my YouTube words, but like I said, this World's End okay pay per view. Some things I just like I like I said, if you want like a little more details, check out the uh my World's End recap show. I think I was a little more. It was a 30-minute video. I was like, son of a gun, I just had a lot of shit to say here. So anyway, oops. So I actually watched all the 0 hour matches and 0 hour stuff. Oh my god, that RJ City is freaking annoying. Um, but it is what it is. So anyway, the first 0 hour match was Tony Storm against Lila Gray. She's the I guess manager ballet of Top Flight. Lucky them. But Tony Storm actually wins this one with I believe it was an inside cradle. Lila Gray went for a suplex, then Tony Storm wrapped her up in an inside cradle. Let's see, joking. I had the first 4 seasons on DVD and Blu-ray. Um, yeah, I just don't think I'm. If I ever get the notion to watch it, I'll get Max again for a brief time just to watch it. At least watch a few episodes and watch other stuff. Because, like I said, when I got back to the hotel, Deadwood was on, and I'm like this close to like sign up with Max anyway, just so I can uh rewatch that whole show every season. I think it was like 3 seasons in the movie. But but yeah, Tony Storm won that. Your next 0 hour match, very good. Uh, Kind of the old school tempo thing, but fans did eat this up. I did acknowledge that in my recap video. But Jeff Jarrett beat QT Marshall with the stroke. A little bit of moving parts there. Uh, um, Somebody trying to interfere and didn't go their way, and Jay Lethal helped. Not just helped. What was his name? Uh, Harris. I forgot his name. But anyway, Jay Lethal chased him away, and Jeff Jarrett, pinned QT Marshall, no cheating or anything. Just nailed the stroke, and that was it. Right. And your third 0 hour match, it was the Outrunners and Top Flight versus Leo Rush, Action Andretti, and Murder Machines. Uh, I wish they'd do more with Murder Machines. Um, and of course, I keep wishing they do more with it. The Agony, Gates of Agony, or something like that. I think they're a pretty good tag team. Just they don't do well. They just the Murder Machines just came together. They've had a few wins here and there, but um, and they were on the winning side at least. Lance Archer had wanted top flight down, but Lil Rush tagged himself in, hit a ugly fall splash for the 1, 2, 3, win it for his team. Of course, Archer didn't like that one freaking bit. Sitting there like, come on, dude, your leg is bigger than his. Let's see. Oh yeah, they had some really good matches. Have no interest watching Game of Thrones. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when it was first out, I probably would have had interest, but right now I just don't. Sometimes it's like X Files. I never did see X Files, Friends, Seinfeld. Even though I can probably watch any of them right now. You know what I'm watching right now as far as old TV shows? Night Court. Night Court is available on Amazon Prime, and I've been watching the shit out of that. All right, now it's time for the main show. Your first semi-final match in the Continental Classic Championship Tournament, round robin tournament. Will Ospreay defeated Kyle Fletcher. Very good match here. I haven't really seen anything. Of course, I ain't really deep looked or anything. But I want to know if I'm still kind of wondering if that was a hard way gash or he just went a little too deep when he uh, uh, bladed himself. Because Osprey bled a lot, and hey, it's told a pretty good, somewhat pretty good story tournament wise. I think more on that later, but you'll definitely see probably at least one or a few more Kyle Fletcher Will Osprey matches. I don't think anybody's complaining about that. They have so far been pretty dead good. Your second semifinal match was uh, Kazuchika Okada defeating Ricochet. Another good match here. Um Unfortunately, like Ricochet lost. Swerve Strickland came out, said, "Look, dude, you've been talking a lot of smacks, and uh, you're the reason AEW exists." And proceeded to throw toilet paper on him. And of course, I'm sitting there like, damn, I'm having like Jimmy Rave memories now. Jimmy Rave was able to sell that a whole lot better than Ricochet. Let's see. Next up, for the AEW Women's World Championship, Mariah May versus Thunder Rosa in a T1 street fight. Of course, Mariah May defeated Rosa by pinfall. Um, Fans just wasn't into this match. I wasn't really into this match. It was like, um, this is one of those. The outcome was predictable, but even though it was predictable, it wasn't anything cool or anything. So nobody cared. I think I think the time of people caring about Thunder Rosa, I think she has some online internet gossip, BS, like she was a problem backstage, yada yada yada. And she got injured, had to um, give up the championship when she won after she won it. Excuse me. Yeah, a bunch of online stuff, and crowd definitely wasn't into this. Wasn't a bad match, just some furniture moving, stuff like that. Mariah May hit the Storm Zero power driver from the apron onto a table, pinned her on the outside. Other than that, just eh. All right. And speaking of things I can give two shits and a fuck about, for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, the champion Maxwell Jacob Freeman, uh, professionally known as MJF, defeated Adam Cole. Of course, it's seen the Undisputed Era kind of reform, I guess, and nobody really cares. Um, after MJF won, he looked to injure Adam Cole some more, but um, got some help and uh, from the Undisputed Kingdom. Then Roger Strong and Kyle O'Reilly was on stage and threw MJF back in the ring. Adam Cole, you know, fell in the ring, nailed MJF, spilled in the ring, threw it back at threw it down on MJF, and like, hey, see, MJF or Adam Cole didn't even really care. So yeah, hopefully they need to retire that. Let's see. Not a huge fan of Thunder Rosa match wise. She's just yeah. I mean, like I said, I first seen Thunder Rosa on NWA Power, and I thought she was pretty decent. I mean, unfortunately, just that COVID thing, I think snake bit. I mean, as far as or eh, I mean, I'm pretty sure it kind of killed a lot of indies, um, but it just all the momentum that NWA Power was gaining, it just died with when the pandemic hit. That's kind of bad because they had a lot of talent there. I mean, they had L.A. Knight there, uh, and James Storm, Ricky Starks was there, but of course WWE and AEW's it's got deeper pockets to afford this talent, so that probably would wind up happening anyway. Um, and I didn't watch most of it. I think they went to like a streaming thing where you had to pay for it, and it was free before on YouTube. Like I said, it kind of just killed any uh, momentum. And I watched a few shows. I think the last time I watched a show was probably about 3 months ago. And when they was doing their intros, I was like, "What the crap is this?" Like some stop motion crap, whatever. But but yeah, like I said, it'd been cool if this uh, Adam Cole would have just kept it and pawned it the next day. Yeah, they could print a vignette of Adam Cole pawning the Diamond Ring for gym membership money. Hey, I can't say nothing. Uh, but I'm not showing my body off, so I got that going. All right, next up. This okay, like I explained uh to my buddy who was watching with me, and even explained it on my recap show. Uh, um, this wasn't like a 5-star match or anything like that. It was just a good match. The fans actually got into this match. Um, was getting behind Powerhouse Hobbs. You know, uh, Takeshita, worked on that injured knee and everything, and he, Kansuki, Kansuki Takeshita wound up winning. Keeping the AEW International Championship. But uh, dude, I'll still say this about Powerhouse Hobbs. He was able to get the fans get this match way they formatted it was able to. It didn't really kill Hobbs losing this match. Fans started cheering him. I actually watched Dynamite. People were cheering him when he went up against the Hammernegra Express. Uh, I, it's not their real names, but Joe Cruz and Rob Killjoy. I think Killjoy wrestles around Georgia. Uh, seen him I think, a couple times, but he had a handicap match with them, demolish them both. Trying to think of people he can feud with. I mean, it kind of sucks that you got the Murder Machines, Lance Archer and Brian Cage. I say either one of those guys could have feuded with him. Had some recent big man matches probably. More or less with Brian Cage, but Brian Cage it's kind of off on him because if he wasn't in a tag team, he'd been still losing like every match he's ever in. But still thinking somebody even though they got like a deep roster, it's like it's kind of hard to pinpoint somebody who you can feud with, and like help him, a veteran help him out. Then you know, not like top of the card right now, like a Bobby Lashley. That would be something to see later. Uh, I think a bunch of people kind of talking, before Hobbs did come back, say, hey, maybe Hobbs can join the Hurt Syndicate and kind of coach him up. But it would have been interesting, Hobbs and uh, Shelton Benjamin and tag team. Man, that would have been pretty awesome. Uh, but now that they got a baby face, I don't think they should, turn him right now, especially when you just had that match and fans were like kind of getting behind him. Um, and he's been a TNT champion before, but he just needs to get some good, solid feuds right now and just, build them up. And just see what happens. I mean, at this point, you need to create a star. Uh, Not saying Will Ospreay's not a star, but he was a star coming into it. Same way though with Okada. Uh, he was an international star coming in. But uh, but right now they're only drawing what, 500, 600, 700, 800,000 people or viewers. Be interesting to see the numbers this Monday and see how many viewers they attracted to, or how many people watched Time Out on Max this week. But yeah. But anyway, uh, uh, Kosuke Tashida, he was able to keep the gold for one more day at least, or he still has it. Um, and it's not like a build Hobbs up, back up. Give a couple good feuds, solid feuds. Then maybe challenge for international or whatever championship later on, and just see how the fans take to him. You got him there. He looks like a star. It's like I told my buddy. It's like, man, if you see him, walking around town, you're like, okay, this dude is. Of course, I live in Georgia. I'm like, huh, he must play for the Falcons. Uh, and that would be a common person, seeing him, and they're like, oh wow, this guy's a professional wrestler. Uh, or it could be like Junior saying, oh no, mommy, that's a professional wrestler. That's powerhouse fucking Hobbs. And a kid gets spanked and stuff like that. He said the F word. Oh, probably not these days. Anyway, I digress. Let's continue. Let's see. Then for the TBS Championship, this is a match that it went on a little too long. Fans just didn't care. Mercedes Monet, I easily say 90% of the match. Not sure why they threw these two back together this soon and called it two. But as you probably already know, Mercedes Monet did, defeat Chris Stantlander clean, uh, middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3. Uh, uh, just didn't get it. Chris Stantlander got a little bit of a ovation for losing. Uh, Commentators trying to be like, well, she had so much guts. It's like I know she may have had, maybe I'm being trying to be fair here, maybe 10% of the match, but not much of it. Probably a little bit in the beginning, and that was it. A little bit of a comeback, but I was like, I last week when I talked about this, I'm like, you know, Stanler's going to win this one. I sh- I really should know better, but probably a little more wishful thinking. But to me, it would have made sense. It's like, okay, Monet, let's do business here. Let's gear you up for maybe the world championship. And plus, last last night she came on Dynamite and promoted Dynasty. It's like, okay, whatever. Um, but this was the match while I was sitting there, and me and my buddy was sitting there talking, talking about. I think we're still talking about. We were still talking about Powerhouse Hobbs. Uh, about midway in this match right here, and I think I looked at it. It's like, holy shit, is this fucking match still going on? It's like, unfortunately, it's like, God dang, it distract. It's nothing against long matches as long as you can make people go up, keep not keeping totally up, but yeah, and not sitting on their hands. Uh, maybe kind of down a little bit, then like come on, kind of like a football game. I think Georgia. I didn't even watch any of that game. I think Georgia wound up losing. Um, my younger sister was cussing out in a text, so I had a bad feeling about that one. Let's see. All right, and in the finals of the Continental Classic tournament, the champion successfully defended his championship. He defeated, Kazuchika Okada defeated Will Ospreay. A little bit drawn back, had a little bit of memory of Jim Duggan in the finals of the UWF Championship tournament with Terry Gordy. A little different situation, but I almost had that feeling there. Uh, Okada did a good job working on the head, causes the bandage to go off. Uh, Osprey sold it pretty well. Then got hit with a rainmaker and took two of them. But hey, uh, nothing's perfect. But um, yeah, I meant to say something. Like I say, go back to. I did have one little gripe about the Will Ospreay Kyle Fletcher match, but check that out on my uh, World's End recap. There you go. Trying to be a salesman here, which I couldn't sell. I say I couldn't sell a float to a drowning man. Uh, but yeah, good match here. After the match, Christopher Daniels came out and said, "Hey, this is the part where I usually come out with a belt, congratulate the champion, but he's no longer EVP, but this guy is." And of course, this brings out Kenny by God Omega. He came out, handed the belt to Okada. That had a little face off there, and I guess whatever happens on Dynasty, is that where he's coming back to? That's where we find out if Kenny's ready to come back. He's 100% ready to go. Uh, the AEW Dynamite can really use him right now. Need, need some need him. I don't know if it's going to really pump up your numbers, but at least somebody there to kind of make it a little more interesting. All right, and of course your main event. And this match, I don't know. I'm fatal four way, triple threat match done with. I think I've been done with those matches for the last decade. They had their meanings sometimes, but it's the same thing. They all go at it against one person. One person takes a nap while the other go at it. Two people take a nap while two other go at it, and trade off. Then of course at the end of the match, they all hit their signature shit. And of course in this one you had some outside interference. This time from Wheeler Yuta and Claudio. Wheeler Yuta hit the knee strike on Jay White. Um, and John Moxley hit the what's called a Death Rider DDT. Uh, call it something. This butterfly, DDT, winds up pinning Jay White. Then after the match, we saw the return of, well, that night he was still Adam Copeland. So he wasn't Cope yet. He was, it was Adam Copeland. They came to ring, took care of the Death Riders. Copeland took a piece of the chair and hit the crossface on John Moxley, and they got him out of there and uh, basically set up the 6-man tag for that took place last night, which was a decent match. Cope did okay. I mean, I think that's kind of a good spot for him. We don't need to be doing too much singles right now with that leg, and dude is getting up there in age. So, uh, but yeah, like I said, pay per view not great. Okay, uh, like I said, wait. I mean, the main event was kind of blah. Um, the Mercedes Monet, Chris Stantler, eh. The Thunder Rosa, Mariah May, blah. Um, and I just, nobody cares. I don't think anybody really cares about the MJF Adam Cole feud. Hopefully that's done with, over with. Hit the high road. We don't need to see that anymore. Taven. I think I kept calling Taven somebody else on the thing, but it is what it is. All right. Speaking about promotions going to the streaming network, yes, this past Monday was the last, as of right now, the last Raw on USA. If you remember a few years ago, more than a few years ago, probably almost 20 years ago, Raw was on USA, left USA, went to TNN. I think they stayed there for about 3 years, then came back to USA. Been there ever since until well, till this past Monday. This past Monday was the last one. As of right now on Netflix. Not saying it will happen, but who knows? Maybe they'll wind up back on USA someday. But Netflix put out a big old chunk of change for this to get WWE Raw. And from what I'm hearing, especially at the time, uh, looks like these streaming networks they're gonna try to get the NFL contracts, the NBA contracts, maybe Major League Baseball contract. As far as being the primary, one of the primary states. I think Amazon does have like Thursday night football, um, and Netflix did uh, have a couple of Christmas Day games, and I've heard they went off without a hitch, no buffering or anything. Um, Tell people I know that has Netflix and watch the NFL games, like, yeah, we have buffering, but we got crappy internet too. So, uh, but yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. The one thing, the one thing is gonna be interesting is like, okay, when you was on USA, I mean, yeah, you could DVR'd it, whatever, but you still, most people still watch. I mean, I know they kind of measure the DVR counts and stuff like that, but and once the live show gets, I think they'll keep it on that you can rewatch it anytime after the initial live broadcast. I'm not sure, but it was that kind of, I won't say must see TV, but it's like, okay, it's on USA. You didn't have a DVR thing, which I think everybody does. We need to watch it now, or we want to watch it now, so we don't hear about what happened later. So I think sometimes, uh, as it happened to me a few times back in the day, uh, Raw or whatever, uh, I'll miss it or didn't watch it because work or whatever, and I'll have it DVR. But wouldn't go back and watch it because I already seen highlights, already you know what happened, so I didn't go back and watch the complete program. And that's where I think that might hurt them since they're on the streaming platform now. People might think, I can just watch it tomorrow. I think you might have that kind of effect on it. That will be interesting. Uh, let's see, joking. No problem with Netflix and football. Yeah, I know that Tyson, uh, uh, not Logan Paul, Jake Paul match. During the beginning, when I was trying to watch it, it had a few lagging things in there. Missed maybe half a round or so of the. Well, I turned it on during the female boxing match, which man, I can't remember the names of the but they beat the hell out of each other, which was way better than that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fiasco, which I told everybody it's going to be a fucking fiasco. Hope you didn't bet any money. Hope you didn't bet on Tyson. Hope you didn't bet a lot on Tyson. But yeah, so it is definitely going to be interesting. And you got to hand it to them. They're putting a hell of a card here. I don't, not sure this is complete matches, but or the complete card. I think they're going to switch to 3 hours again. They did announce SmackDown's going to be 3 hours. It's like, do you really have to be 3 hours? Um, and not to digress on other things, I think they're going to have SummerSlam 2 nights, Money in the Bank 2 nights. It's like you don't have to have 2 night pay per views. Just have WrestleMania 2 nights. Keep that special. So you don't have to have everything else 2 nights. But as of right now, WWE is not owned by Vince McMahon. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they would have had it their own way too. But because I think when because you remember Raw used to have those special 3 hour shows, and they would draw really good ratings, which in turn got USA to say, "Hey, why don't we just make every Raw 3 hours?" But yeah, that was a huge deal. Lots of people tuning in. Tyson fight, yeah, it's. 'Cause I remember I did my live stream. I had no interest in watching it. Everybody, but you guys kept texting me, talking about it. It's like, well, let's check it out. I thought by the time I, ended my stream, fixed myself dinner, I thought the fight would be on, but it wasn't, or at least over with. And oh my gosh, it was agony. It wasn't good. But anyway, but yeah, looks like a pretty good card for the inaugural or the first night of Raw on Netflix. Gonna have Jay Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Seen this match plenty of times before. Um, I don't want to be a prediction show for this one, but I'd like to see Jay Uso, pull one out now. It's time for him to get a win over him. But I think they're pushing Drew for the maybe either the world title or WWE championship. Who knows? Dude's been tearing it up. Him and Punk, man, uh, that has to be like the feud of the year. Has to be. Let's see. Then we're gonna have New Day against Rey Mysterio, and I thought this was gonna be a member of the LWO. I thought it might have been Dragon Lee, but apparently I don't know if this uh, wishful internet uh, speaking or uh, internet bullshit or internet wrestling community bullshit. But apparently, I don't even think it's a rumor, but a lot of talk about maybe this guy being that mystery partner for with Rey Mysterio. Uh, Dar- Darian, Akira Tozawa will win the Rumble and defeat the power of Tozawa. Uh, that would be. I don't think that's going to happen, but hey, it could. Has anybody ever thought, hey, it's which my buddies mentioned this a bunch of times. Like, man, I don't want to, because I think for the last few years, or a few decades, I don't, at least a decade or so, after that, he will face Roman in a tribal combat for the position of tribal chief, and he will win. So, okay, here we go. We're going to give Akira Tozawa what Bob Holly suggested. They going to put the belt on Tozawa, and he beats everybody. That's that's going to draw him in. But buddy mine is like, yeah, it's like every year you already know who's going to win the Rumble, who's going to go. At least if it's not the one you really think about, it's kind of predictable. And when it happens, you like, okay, we kind of knew that. But uh, but he was like, man, wish they just take a gamble and just have somebody win it. Who cares? Um, but yeah, after he becomes a tribal chief, uh, Akira Tozawa will put himself in a Money in the Bank match and defeat Gunther and unify the belts again. Then turn around and beat himself because that's the only thing. That doesn't sound right. Um, but anyway, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if this is internet wishful thinking. That could, but if you've seen the symbols, I should have run the pictures, but I didn't. I should upload the pictures, but they've been showing the zero with a slash mark, and uh, they it was wasn't upside down, but it was they did show a pentagram, but it was not upside down, but right side up, and they did like an outline of his mask this past Monday. So, uh, but yeah, it looks like they're gearing up for it, and maybe this is going to be his debut. Teaming with Rey Mysterio. They've had some matches in Lucha Underground, which was pretty decent. Um, like I said, I didn't watch a lot, watch matches here and there. Um, but yeah, that definitely be interesting. This, him being there or him being kind of a singles, whatever, until Ray Phoenix and get out this AEW, contract. And think about that, if you at least when Vince done that, when WWE did that, would make people say, "Hey, look, you were injured for a long time. You need to stay a little longer after your contract uh, to get something out of you." At least they will put him, like I think with Rey Mysterio, shockingly enough, um, they at least put him on TV, put him in matches, have him put somebody over. But they, Ray Phoenix not even been on AEW TV. It's just like, oh, okay, we're just going to pay you and make you stay longer than you want to. We're not going to put you on TV. It's dumb. Um, but uh, but yeah, uh, but like I said, that wouldn't be surprising. I don't think he really needs to go to NXT. Maybe, or I don't think he needs a debut on NXT. I think he's main roster ready. I think he probably tell him say, "Hey, we don't need to do 25 Canadian destroyers. Uh, do one, go for the pin, and maybe get the win or whatever." Um, but yeah, I think he'll be able to go with the WWE crowd, especially when Ray Phoenix comes in. Ray Phoenix is awesome. Uh, Also, you're gonna have the last woman standing for the WWE Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan, it's Rhea Ripley. Uh, definitely can see this is supposed to be the end of that feud too as well. So probably Rhea gets that championship back. Uh, it seems like Liv's kind of went through everybody, unless let's see, it's December or it's January now. Maybe Io Sky wins the Royal Rumble, then comes back, beats Liv Morgan for the championship. Maybe, who knows? Um, Also going to have the finals of the WWE Intercontinental Championship or women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. Dakota Kai against Laya Valkyria. Uh, would have rather seen Io and Valkyria or Stark and Valkyria. Dakota's okay, but she's no Io. And yeah, Penta can do the show part. Yep. But yeah, and I mean, if you listen to any of my recaps on WWE, you know I'm also high on Zoe Stark. Uh, thought she rather have her and Lana Valkyrie in the finals, or Stark and Io Sky. But this is fine. Um, couldn't even tell you who's going to win it. Don't even have any kind of prediction on this one. Uh, what surprised me, you know, Dakota's been there for a while, kind of like the Chelsea Green thing. She's paid her dues. Dakota's paid her dues, so it's here to go over on this one. And of course, uh, I could see this one just end up in a smoz or something like that, double DQ, double count out, something like that. Um, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Uh, that promo at the end of Raw last week. It was yeah, that was the tournament for the U.S. Women's Championship for the SmackDown brand. This is for the Raw brand. Yeah, the Intercontinental Championship is the Raw, or the Women's Intercontinental Championships for the Raw brand. The Women's U.S. Championship is for the SmackDown brand. And like I think, isn't there like a NXT North American Women's Champion? I don't watch enough NXT, so I think so. But yeah, uh, that damn promo they cut on each other last week was pretty good. I dig it. I think this match will probably be pretty good. Like I said, I think if I was going to predict anything, it's going to be probably a double disqualification or something like that. Um, but wouldn't it be cool though? Hey, you're on Netflix. Who cares? Coming down to the ring from Iowa, Seth fucking Rollins. Nah, he can just stay freaking. But yeah, like I said, pretty good promo. Makes some real life. It, it's one thing if you put real life as far as business. I think, um, like their promo when it's talking about real life, like uh, when CM Punk said, "Hey, the Stone Cold take his ball, go home." I ain't seen a man around here, and everything that uh, Rollins came back on Punk had everything to do with business, with wrestling. Him leaving, or CM Punk leaving, and Stone Cold saying, "Hey, that's we kind of regretted that," and Becky Lynch is at home taking care of the kids right now. Um, it's kind of like nothing like AEW does, like um, you know, talking about Roger Strong's mother shooting his dad. I mean, what's that got anything to do with wrestling? Everything they talked about was wrestling, the wrestling business, the true life stuff behind the scenes of wrestling, sort of. Like Punk leaving, coming back, when he got, shit canned at Well, he didn't get shit. He got let go to AEW. But yeah, this is kind of a year in the making. Uh, Unfortunately, the Royal Rumble. I thought Punk was going to win that Royal Rumble last year, then go off and face Seth Rollins, but he got injured in the Rumble. So I don't know if that derailed that plan or the plan all along was to have Drew against Seth Rollins. Um, but Seth Rollins had to go home, take care of some injuries. Actually, when the rumors started talking about CM Punk going to WWF, I did have my own angle in my head and made a video about it. So go back. If I can find it, I'll share it in the comments or share it in the what do they call it, description. There we go. Uh, but I had a pretty good idea about to do that, and it was kind of bad because it did involve the actual AEW title belt too. But it would have been good. AEW, they got deep pockets. Daddy Khan, he's gonna keep rolling that signing those checks as long as they have TV. I mean, that's or they can keep shopping for networks to show their stuff. I mean, but it is what it is. Uh, but yeah, definitely looking. I won't say looking forward to it. Just be interesting. I got because I know next week I'll be back up here. So crap, I'm gonna have to change my password. I don't even know my password for Netflix. Crapola. Oh well. Isn't that such a pain in the ass? Also, change your password. Then you got to try and remember that one just to change it again. Which I used to be, usually pretty good about changing it like ever so often. Anyway, actually supposed to for cyber security reasons. But anyway, hey, like I said, I hate to run my mouth and get the hell out, but like I said, was trying to keep this sort of short. Run my mouth a little bit and talk to you folks in the chat. Appreciate you people in the chat. Hello, Darren. Welcome back sometimes. Follow this channel. Joe King, hello. Did I say hello to everybody? Let me scroll back up here. Oh, oh, this Joe. But yeah, but that's what we do here. Sit here and bullshit about wrestling. Like I said, I gotta start packing up because I get to head on home tomorrow and I want to do some stuff to kind of prepare for tomorrow night's live stream because I have no idea what I'm talking about or the watch along at least. I know I'm gonna be talking about old school wrestling, but I'm pretty sure something pop up on the history part, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I go back and watch that. Anyway, hopefully everybody has a good night. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, if you didn't watch this live, let me know what you think in the comments.